Honorable Mapozo Chikote, MP, Minister of Fisheries and Livestock, Mr. Patrick Kangwa, Secretary to the Cabinet, all invited permanent secretaries, Her Excellency, Madam Beatrice Mutale. I'm always careful to ensure it's I, not E. Otherwise it becomes me. UN Resident Coordinator, Her Excellency, Madam Anne Wagner Mitchell, the German Ambassador, cooperating partners and nutrition group representatives, senior government officials present, development partners present, board members and management, National Food and Nutrition Commission, captains of industry, members of the business network, heads of academic and research institutions, members of the civil society organizations, distinguished invited guests, friends from the media, ladies and gentlemen. I am going to read the speech, but the whole issue is settled from the speeches that we have heard, right from the representatives of the group in nutrition, Her Excellency, the German Ambassador to Zambia, the UN coordinator, and my minister. I think the whole issue is settled. But I'm compelled to go through this. But it's my prayer that we have already all picked that which we need to do in our space as government, as cooperating partners, as UN system. This, ladies and gentlemen, is a great day for all of us in Zambia. Indeed, it is great for us all to come together to address one of the world's greatest challenges, ending hunger and eliminating all forms of malnutrition that include undernutrition, which manifests in wasting, stunting, and underweight. In addition, inadequate vitamins or minerals, overweight, obesity, and diet-related non-communicable diseases such as diabetes need to be addressed. All these have human, social, and economic impacts at individual, family, and society, as well as national and global levels. At the world stage, Zambia recommitted itself to ending hunger by 2030. During His Excellency Mr. Hakainde Hichilema's address to the UN Food Systems Summit on the sidelines of the UN General Assembly on 23rd September 2021. In addition, virtually, I joined global leaders at the Nutrition for Growth Summit held in Japan from 7th to 8th December 2021. Further, you will recall that heads of state and government of the African Union adopted common aspirations with emphasis on building human capital that is well nourished and resilient to shocks and vulnerabilities. To this effect, Zambia was privileged to host the Nutrition Summit here in Lusaka in July 2022. Honorable Ministers, Excellencies, distinguished invited guests, I am delighted to be part of this high-level meeting of decision makers from government, cooperating partners, private sector, civil society, and the media, among other stakeholders. The theme towards elimination of hunger and all forms of malnutrition in Zambia is indeed timely. Because we have influential leaders with the power to eliminate hunger and all forms of malnutrition, let me, therefore, assure you that this vision is possible, and those that have spoken before me have all said it is possible. This vision is possible if we put our efforts and resources together. And this is the intention of this meeting, that we put our efforts and intentions together. We are determined to achieve this goal because failure is not an option. Failure is not an option. Ladies and gentlemen, the theme towards elimination of hunger and all forms of malnutrition in Zambia is also a call to action. By harnessing the collective power of all the invited stakeholders, meaning all of us, I hereby call upon the heads of the fourth estate, the media, to use the power of the pen, or is it the finger now, to speak for the voiceless in Lusaka, other provinces, cities, towns, villages across the country on the importance of food and nutrition security. This is why provincial permanent secretaries, who are members and coordinators of the provincial nutrition coordinating committees and also supervisors of district nutrition coordinating committees, are also present in this meeting, so that together we are able to reach out to everyone in our country on this important matter. PSs from the provinces. These structures must also interact. This is instructive, Secretary to the Cabinet. These structures must also interact with the provincial ministers, traditional leaders, and members of parliament, as well as councillors and communities in their line of duty. We are leaving no one behind on this matter. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, our task today, therefore, is to turn a new page from this moment on. And thank you, Honorable Minister for Livestock and Fisheries. I call upon all the senior government officials as people responsible for policy, planning, budgeting, programs, and projects, including monitoring and evaluation, that as we implement the health, food, and nutrition program outlined in Pillar 2 of the 8th National Development Plan 2022 to 2026, which is linked to all the 17 UN Sustainable Development Goals, to also seriously address the issue of food and nutrition security. It is important for government to utilize the multi-sectoral approach to implementing food and nutrition interventions countrywide. This way, we are expected to yield benefits, such as increasing coordination and financial commitments, which are key to scaling up nutrition interventions. Our cooperating partners, this is a commitment by government. In addition, the Food and Nutrition Program, to be implemented under the Food and Nutrition Act No. 3 of 2020, requires the participation of constituencies, wards, and all communities. In order to ensure that all stakeholders work towards eliminating hunger and all forms of malnutrition in Zambia, my office has taken the first responsibility of implementing the institutional framework outlined in Section 33 of the Food and Nutrition Act, while the Secretary to the Cabinet has taken the responsibility of ensuring that all permanent secretaries and their line managers take center stage in implementing this law. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the call for enhancing this platform so that all stakeholders are engaged, particularly the traditional leaders, in the quest to eliminating hunger and all forms of malnutrition is critical to all of us gathered here today. It is time to work together towards eliminating hunger and all forms of malnutrition in Zambia. Honorable Minister, Excellencies, distinguished invited guests, allow me, as I conclude, to thank the cooperating partners and all stakeholders present here for committing to move the food and nutrition agenda forward, because hunger and malnutrition in all its forms can retard Zambia's efforts towards attaining the vision of becoming a middle-income and prosperous nation by 2030. Let me appreciate at this moment and once again commit that as a country, we are committed to work with you, cooperating partners, the UN family, because we see the critical importance of food and nutrition and the general development. I was saying, indeed, this lies in the human and social development in our 8th National Development Plan. But we like it or not, it affects the economic development. Therefore, Pillar 1, which is economic transformation and job creation, cannot go if this is not properly tackled. We are talking of today, we are talking of tomorrow. We need a human being that is fully developed, and the full development will come only when we are indeed food and nutrition secure, and indeed children growing up well nourished. Let me also assure you, cooperating partner, that such engagements will be scheduled for better planning, and we will have more of this interaction with you, our cooperating partners and the UN family. This will be done through preparations and results going forward. Further, my office will engage the various stakeholders and beneficiaries, and I will again thank the Honorable Minister who commits already and on behalf of the rest. This is multi-sectoral. It's not a health issue only. And that is why, cooperating partners, I will speak here and commit that your government is looking at CDF as one that would help a lot. And there is a directive that we start with water and sanitation, because this impacts food and nutrition and the health of our people. So I will engage various stakeholders and beneficiaries of our efforts at national, provincial, and district levels so that we continue to work as a team on this very important subject. This approach will also help my office to better coordinate, which is the responsibility, to better coordinate food and nutrition programs countrywide. I am confident that the Secretary to the Cabinet will ensure that, as government, we take the lead in driving the food and nutrition program with the support from all our stakeholders. With these remarks, I want to thank you for your candid contributions and willingness to work with structures at all levels of government, including my office. May the good Lord bless you all, and may the good Lord bless Zambia. Thank you.
Nutrition is the heart of a